Good afternoon, guys. Well, for those of you who think that nothing is happening, and every now and again I get an email from one of you that says, we've given up hope. Everyone I know has given up hope. Trump and the military. Where are they at? Well, there is a very, very interesting interview. And my source actually sent me the video this morning. And I watched it. Brenda and I both watched it. And a lot of people are talking about it. And it is the Evergreen chem weapons seized. Turkish news reports diabolical global plan. This one is on Brighteon. And you go to Galactic Storm on Brighteon. And it's subtitled, so you're going to have to read it. But you will not be disappointed. And basically, what he says, and I hope I get this all correct, they know that the coronavirus is coming to an end. And so they were going to put in part 2 of their plan, which was to mess with the climate. They had the chemicals on board the Evergreen ship in the Suez Canal. There is a lot more than meets the eye with this ship. They have been tracing these chemicals and everything for. I mean, this plan of theirs, he said, goes back 30 years. 30 years they've had this plan going. So when you hear that the White Hats have had their plan going for 20 years or ever since Kennedy, these people plan way in advance. And if you're going to beat them, you've got to plan way in advance as well. And that's why Trump and them and his generals, they did plan way in advance. Anyway, so it was a white hat operation the whole way. They got all those chemicals, and they were going to use those chemicals to combine with 5G. And it was going to really mess with the atmosphere. And the reason that Bill Gates was why he was buying up land left and right, is because of the fact that he was going to do away with cattle ranching rather. And so he was going to do away with all meat. And he was going to control, I mean, if you control the food supply, you control the people. And that's what he was wanting to do. He was wanting to control the food supply. Well, the military and President Trump really put a thumb in their eye. And they messed with their plans big time. They captured all the chemical weapons. They destroyed them. And by the way, the countries that were in on this guy from Turkey said Qatar, Turkey, Israel, and someone else. Oh, Egypt. Those were the 4 countries that were in on this. Not to mention, then you have our special forces that were in on it. So you had a number of countries combining to stop all this stuff. So it's not that we are without friends, the White Hats. The White Hats have all kinds of friends around the world. Because I think that once these people understood, once these countries understood what was going to happen to them and to their country, they're like, oh, hell no. And so anyway, yeah, it's crazy. But don't think that things are not happening. They are. And then Midwin Charles, CNN and MSNBC legal analyst, is dead at the age of 47. A prominent Brooklyn defense attorney and MSNBC legal analyst has died, her family said. Midwin Charles, who also appeared on CNN and contributed to Essence magazine, died at the age of 47. Her family said Tuesday no cause of death was provided. And Yeah, for those of you interested, she is black, and as they say, she was known to many as a legal commentator on television, but to us, she was a devoted daughter, sister, aunt, niece, and cousin. Our lives are forever changed, and we will miss her forever. And the family thanks you in advance for your love and prayers. And my heart and my thoughts and prayers go out to her family. And but let's be honest here, though. Anyone who is a major contributor on a regular basis to MSNBC and CNN, let's face it, they're highly suspect. And that's all I'm going to say. They're just we know the deal. And then North Carolina GOP establishment is using Tillis McCrory Bud alliance to stop Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson and other Trump forces. The rising star in North Carolina GOP politics is undoubtedly Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, the gun rights activist who defeated the political establishment to obtain his position as the first black lieutenant governor in the state. Big League Politics has reported on how Robinson has fearlessly called out the left on their racism against the black community. He is being suggested frequently among the conservative grassroots as a likely candidate for governor in 2024. This has the North Carolina Rhino Brigade panicking and scrambling to derail Robinson's momentum. Well, they're not going to be able to do it. If he runs for governor, he will win, hands down. And there will be no voter fraud. Moving on to over in Chile, down in Chile, I should say. Here's an elderly woman. She's at least like around 80. And she's denied entry to a supermarket after failing to obtain government permission. It says in Chile, people have to apply for a safe conduct pass online, which only allows them to buy essential food items twice a week between the hours of 5 a.m. and 9 p.m. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Under the country's sanitary quarantine, citizens must respect temporary instruments that authorize people to carry out fundamental activities and stock up on essential goods and services in their communes. The elderly lady's failure to obtain the pass may have been related to her presumed inability to navigate the internet. My guess is no, she probably doesn't know how to navigate the internet. Hell, she's almost 80. I mean, I know there's a lot of people around here 80, and they know the internet. But anyway, and she looks lost. My heart goes out to her. This is nuts. Man, oh man. And then citizens enlisted to combat destructive weaponization of woke companies. Stop Corporate Tyranny supports traditional beliefs and values. So a website called Stop Corporate Tyranny has been launched by a center-right coalition that aims to help citizens combat the left's weaponization of corporate America against traditional beliefs and values. Stop Corporate Tyranny is a one-stop shop for educational resources exposing the left's nearly completed takeover of corporate America, along with resources and tools for everyday Americans to fight back against the left's woke and censoring mob in the corporate lane. You know, we all want to know. It's like, yeah, what has to happen for Trump and the military to come in? And I will tell you now that all that my source says is stop worrying. Trump and the military, they have it. They have everything. Everything. And they have everything under control. We will, when the time comes, they will unleash. And then Breitbart. And they're waiting for some major event. They're not necessarily waiting for people to wake up. They're waiting for a major event. And so here we go again. CDC director says Michigan should close things down, and coronavirus surge. Amid the coronavirus surge. Spike despite strong mask mandates, capacity limits, and working from home. Well, people do what they want. And then Fauci hypes breakthrough infections. You know something? If you choose to listen to him, it's on you. And then Dr. Doom floats corona booster shots after downplaying effectiveness of vaccines. I'm just reporting you the news. GOP's new tool, hammer Dems on corporate corruption. And there's plenty there to hammer them with. Black conservative pastors expose 5 lies by Biden Abrams about Georgia election bill. Only 5? Only 5 lies about the election bill? Come on. I mean, jeez. And then Biden infrastructure. And by the way, what an insult. What an insult to blacks especially. Because basically what they're saying is, you don't know how to get an ID. You don't have the brains to go to the DMV and get an ID, a photo. What an insult. Anyway, Biden infrastructure plan turns Democrat grab bag. It's not an infrastructure plan. It's a Green New Deal. It's a way to destroy America. And the possible accidental shooting by police of Minneapolis man, says chief. Looting destruction ensued. California teacher explodes over Zoom classes, distance learning. Cotton bill, yeah, that whole thing. None of it works. It's all horrible. Horrible. And then Cotton bill would cut funds to states that send cash to aliens. Danes, states handing illegals money while millions unemployed. Exactly. What's going on there? I mean, we're watching our country be ruined. People, that we don't need more people to wake up. And whatever that incident is, I hope it happens soon, because I tell you what, I'm tired of this movie. Vice removes article featuring photos of genocide victims altered to add smiles. GOP memo, Joe Biden has opened borders to help donors and CEOs. Red Sox Twins game postponed following fatal police shooting. White House plans vax outreach to whites via CMT NASCAR. Democrat Representative Kildee, I sought treatment for PTSD after January 6th riot. Really? You went for treatment for good? What a pathetic individual. How pathetic can you get? And the Red Sox and the Twins game being postponed. What's that about? I mean, anyway. And then alleged Israel attack on Iran nuke facility prevents Biden capitulation. Nolte. And yeah, I know Israel has wanted war with Iran forever. Dreadful decade of Best Picture winners marches on into 2021. I think Hollywood, we're looking at the destruction of Hollywood, which is a good thing. What a sick, evil place. And North Carolina lawmakers move to protect youth from trans drugs and surgeries. Good. And then Republican senators question whether Biden really in charge. Media presence is unimaginably conventional. He's not in charge. It's Obama. He's the one that's in, well, I mean, if you really want to know who's in charge, then you got to go way up the ladder. Anyway, that's all for now. God bless you all. Have a good day. And I want to thank all of you. Bye-bye now.